Welcome back to the Creative Escapade, the podcast for creative people by creative people. What do you think of that slogan?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Hello, Ameya.
Hi.
Do you think everyone has the ability to embody a creative attitude?
Yeah, of course. We're all creative people just by default.
Okay.
And some people choose to pursue their creative side, and some people, maybe because of circumstances, they end up going along a different path. But yeah, I think everyone has it in them.
Okay, cool. So what I'm trying to say is it's a podcast for everyone. Everyone can watch and enjoy. Would you like to introduce yourself? That was a bit cheesy.
Hi, I'm Ameya. What else should I say?
Yeah, I'd like to hear about your creative journey. So maybe introduce yourself as who you are in the world in that sort of aspect.
Who I am in the world. Well, I guess I'm an artist at the moment, and I have a small business where I sell my art and like books and just like creative projects that I work on. I look at you, right? The camera.
You look, yes.
Yeah, I'm not really used to this. And I also,
me neither, don't worry.
Okay. I also sing and making music at the moment with a friend, and I do some writing. I love photography. Pretty much anything creative. I'm happy to.
You've got a piece of every pie going on. I think for a lot of my audience, it's finally putting a face to the name. Because generally when people say they like art and they want to do art, I just show them your Instagram.
Really?
Not going to lie. And they're like, this is so cool.
Oh, wow, that's really nice. Thanks.
Yeah, because I really think you've locked into a niche and really found your audience through there, which is like the way to go if you want to find an audience these days. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think a lot of it just started through Instagram, like just kind of understanding how to build a brand on Instagram. And that's how it happened. Like, I guess I wasn't really trying to like have a very particular style or niche or anything. It just kind of happened as I was, understanding building a brand on Instagram. So,
okay. Yeah. Was that the art you wanted to make at the time? Did it just all end up being the same, or were you just sort of doing anything?
Oh, I definitely, I was like very into that style when I started. I still am. Like the black background and gold and silver and all that kind of stuff, just like cosmic looking art. I think the main thing that kind of makes my art like unique within that niche is like the fact that I do it on paper. Like it's just like black paper and metallic pens as opposed to like digital drawing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I might put some for people consuming this on video. I might put up a few just so they know what we're talking about. Otherwise, check her out. Ameya's Realm.
Ameya's Realm. That's the name of my business and my brand.
Okay, cool. Is all the whole business side of it? Is that all the Etsy store, or is there more going on at the moment that's sort of making it your full-on project?
Well, I guess so far it has been my Etsy shop, and also like I do a bit of like freelance design, which I wasn't intending to do. It kind of just happened as well, as like people recognized my style and wanted like designs by me.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so I do like a bit of design work, like graphic design. But I would also love to add like photography into my business as a service. So I'm working on that. Like recently got a film camera and I'm trying to really get the hang of that. And also just like other creative work that I do. I would love to just have it all be one big, like Ameya's Realm be like a project name kind of thing, like, or just a brand. Yeah. Not necessarily like a specific business, like just art, like just visual art or anything. I almost want to like, just like be so creative that I like just create a whole new thing, like, like a new art form or something. Like I just want to combine everything that I do into one. So.
Oh yeah. No, that's the dream right there. Is it like friends approaching you, or a lot of people actually coming to you that have just come by your work and want stuff from you?
Like, you mean the freelance design?
Yeah. Do people just approach you, or is it just
Yeah,
friends
it's like
going like
through email usually. Like, just like, actually a lot of my like clients are from America, so I don't know any of them. It's just like through Instagram, also through Pinterest. Yeah, people find me.
No, I remember that was a surprising one. You talk about you just had a Pinterest and people would find that of all things.
Yeah, I didn't know Pinterest was like so popular, I guess, or like is still used even.
Yeah, Chrome extension, let's get around it.
Yeah, like I just happened to go on Pinterest one day and I was like, I had over like 1 million profile visits or something like that.
Wow.
I don't know what it was. Like, I don't really use Pinterest. And then it went up to like 4 million.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And now it's kind of on 2 million, like month by month.
Yeah, I think it really does pay off if you have, content or just any sort of video, picture, whatever you do, like it does serve to just put it everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's great to focus on one platform to really like, I don't know, like use that for all the, like, I guess put most of your energy into one platform, but it's always good to have it spread out and like everywhere as well.
Yeah.
Like, I found that, just focusing on Instagram like really, really helped me to grow my brand. But now that it's kind of built up, it is good to have it on like Facebook and Pinterest and
people,
have things everywhere. Yeah.
The odd person or two. I mean, even if it is small numbers, like people are still finding you and that they go with your brand. Like,
yeah. And also like people sharing on Facebook and sharing like through Pinterest. Like, even if it's just one person that finds it, they end up sharing and then it builds,
no, exactly.
So, yeah.
I think it was you that told me the other day that you think Instagram is past prime. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get the feeling that maybe something new is coming.
Yeah, no,
like,
it does feel a bit like
it's
that.
It's been quite a few years, like, since it was, it came about and like people really got on it. So
I think it's been a bit of a race for features. Like, whenever it feels like it's getting bored, they all of a sudden drop a new feature that gets people enticed again.
Point. Yeah.
Like, even just for the average person, like, you have the lyrics for the songs and then just all sorts of stuff like that. I think it keeps going back to people just wanting to share cool stuff with other people, so they keep allowing different ways to share what people like, I guess.
Yeah, and just like expanding like this one platform that just started off being like only images, then like video, and then now IGTV and
now it's everything.
Yeah.
You also did tell me something that sort of stuck with me when we sort of spoke about this personally. Back when you started, that you just did one drawing every day. Like, that was your goal, to put out one thing every day as you went along. Did the traction pick up from there, or was it just a matter of...
Yeah, I think it was like a lot of small things like that. I guess that's not really a small thing. It was like a big commitment for me at the time. But just like a lot of things that I just decided like that I thought I would just stick to really helped just get people's attention. So doing a drawing a day was really good because I guess like the more you post, the more opportunities you have for like engagement. So I just decided I'm going to like really focus on this. I'm going to treat it like it's my job already, even though I had like made pretty much nothing from like my Etsy shop until then. And I just decided, I'm going to do a drawing a day and just get my stuff out there like quickly. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of a person who loves to just like really churn out stuff and like just, I don't know, once I start a project, it has to be done like in a short amount of time. Like, I just love doing it quickly because I keep changing and my interests keep changing. And like, I don't want to be working on something that I'm not really as passionate about anymore because I started it so long ago. Yeah. So I guess it was good that I was able to do a lot of drawings in like a short amount of time because it really did help. Like, also just understanding like Instagram algorithm, like hashtags and all that kind of stuff. Like, they're all really useful stuff. Like, it's all there for a reason. Yeah. To get your work seen. And what else did I do? I guess like also doing a drawing a day meant that I could have consistency in my posts. which is like really useful on Instagram. Like people really decide whether or not to like follow you according to your feed, right? Like that's your like portfolio, that's your that's kind of your image or your brand, like is just your feed or your profile, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, having consistency there was really helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you find it that you had to not really expect a ton of attention at the start as you went? You really had to let the art drive you rather than the response? Of course.
Yeah, it wasn't like just for a following or anything. Like I also wanted to improve my art. I wanted to just, like the fact that I was treating it like it was a job already meant that like, I don't know, I could like I could give it a lot of time and like really like pour my passion into it. And like, I don't know, it wasn't, just a hobby that I can't give too much time to because I have uni and all this other stuff to do. I really gave it attention. And so like I was able to just like channel some really cool like designs that I hadn't thought of before, and like, just like keep trying out new things and expand my style. And I think my style, like it's still recognizable from when I first started, but there have been some changes like along the way as I changed, because it's been over a year.
No, absolutely. It has to be. Like even in your photography, you can sort of see your artist touch, like just your influence on how you cool. like stuff to be taken.
Yeah. Photography is amazing. That's probably what I'm most into at the moment. Like photography and music are like now my new focuses.
No, I was gonna. That's a big thing I wanted to get into. You're because it was all art, and now if you look at your Instagram, you're intertwining all of these different things as your interest in photography and music come into it too.
Yeah.
How do you plan on integrating, or how have you found the response since you have this big audience who have come for the cosmic drawings?
Yeah.
And now all this new stuff is coming. How's the response on that?
Yeah, I guess I haven't been doing too much yet, so I can't really like know what the response is really. But I think like with Instagram and like having an online presence, it's not, even if it's just artworks that you post, it's not just like the art, like it's still connected to the person. Like my art is definitely like a reflection of me and like my thoughts and my interests and everything. Like obviously I think that's just a given. But like I think some of my personality and everything is in my art. So I guess people don't follow me just for like what they see on the screen, like just the drawing. It's also like me, like just my personality and my interests, and what resonates with me also resonates with them. So like even if it's photography or music, it's still kind of the same thing. Like it's in the same realm. Hashtag Ameya's realm.
So you'd really want people to follow you for you?
I mean, like that would be nice.
Yeah. So it's not like you've created this extra character who does this art. It's very much all surrounding you. Yeah,
I mean it's all an extension of me. Like I can't really make something that's not connected to me. Like that hasn't come from me.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
So I don't know. So I think and like I do write quite a bit in my captions, and people seem to really connect with that as well, like the things that I write. So, and that's usually like, like it's either something kind of personal about me, or it's like a poem or something philosophical, like and I think that's definitely like that shows like my personality, and people like reading that kind of stuff. So I think even when I release my book and with my photography and my music is also very much linked to what I write because of the lyrics. They're usually just like my poems. So I think hopefully people can still connect with the other things that I do. I think it's likely.
No, I think that is super, especially like the written copy on posts. I reckon that's I've even found that's a super important thing. It's so much easier for everyone to engage and like really feel that you're talking to them, because I mean you are.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah. It's definitely not just about like business and brand and everything.
Yeah,
It's
no,
very
not at
much
all.
about like personal connection as well. Like it's amazing the amount of people I've met through Instagram and also like Facebook, through Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah, it's just incredible.
You wouldn't be enjoying it as much as you were if it was just about the brand and business and stuff. It's,
Yeah, of
it's so
course,
much more than that.
Yeah, of course it starts with like the love for art and like wanting that to be all you do.
Yeah.
Wanting that to be, well, yeah, that made sense. And then from that, like it's important to build a business because then that can sustain like you to keep doing what you want. So
yeah, no, I saw one of the quote posts on Instagram the other day. Actually, it was something like, making money should be a consequence of doing what you love.
Yeah, for sure. I actually remember writing in like my journal about a year ago. I wrote something like, I'd rather fail at doing what I love than succeed at what I don't love, or something like that. So yeah, even then I was like, oh, it doesn't matter if like no one wants to buy anything from me, I'm going to keep doing this. So
yeah, no, I had that thought too. It's like, I'm not making anything right now in my own thing, but I'm happy doing it. So it's like, it can never like fully crash and burn.
Yeah,
because it can
of
sustain
course.
off nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most important thing, like enjoying what you do and like happiness, like of course. That's what you want at the end of the day, whether you have like a lot of money or if you have like a successful business or not. Like at the end of the day, it's like,
yeah,
you just want to be happy with what you're doing. So
no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Was journaling a big part of your process? I've noticed you've kept bringing that up.
Yeah, I haven't actually been journaling as much recently. I feel like I've gone through a lot of changes this year. It's really interesting. But like last year and I guess probably the year before that, I was really, really into writing and journaling. And I think that was really important for me, like trying to explore like deeper parts of myself and trying to understand like just what was happening. Like when I was on my gap year 2 years ago, was it 2 years ago? Yeah, 2017. I was like, all on my own pretty much. Like I had a few friends with me, but I felt pretty alone and, going straight from high school to like working on the other side of the world. Like I was working in a boarding school in England. It was like such a big change and I felt like I really needed something to like just let out my emotions and introspect and all of that kind of stuff. So journaling was so important for me at that time. And that's also when I really started getting into art as well, like painting. That's when I first opened my Etsy shop and I made no sales the whole year. And then I made a new Etsy shop when I released my book and then from there it's grown. But
awesome.
Yeah, journaling has been like so important for me to just, really introspect. I think that's the most important thing. And like reflect. And from that, I also made like the cosmic cards, like the deck of cards that I have on my shop. They're just like self-reflection cards. And they kind of stemmed from the idea of like reflective journaling. So it's like you just pick a card and it'll have like a question or a prompt and you can like either just reflect in your head or you can journal or something. So that's kind of how that project started.
Yeah, no, I imagine
stemming
that
from
really
journaling.
helps.
And of course my books as well. They're all pretty much just like my journals published. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's a great feeling of control as well, where any little thing that pops into your head, if you write it down, it's like everything that you're sort of processing in the world.
Just like getting it out of you, like instead of just like suppressing it or having it kind of stuck in. I very much feel like emotions like flow physically. Like I really feel like when I cry, it just like emotion actually comes out and it's like gone.
Yeah.
Like it really comes out of me. Like, yeah.
It's like throwing up, but like a good way of throwing up.
Yeah, it feels very physical and journaling like feels like I'm actually pouring it out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you feel the most lost when like you felt like you've thought so many things, but you can't remember it, but it's still in there.
Yeah, even with like to-do lists and things like that, like you just feel like there's so much in your head and it feels like you have more to do just because it's all like floating around in your head. And like once you get it down on paper, it's like clearer and more organized. Like it makes more sense. Like, I don't know. It's just easier to understand.
No, absolutely.
Your own emotions and the things you have to do. And
Oh, well, you've brought up your book a bunch of times, which I have here. Her book, like I'll show it to the thing if it'll focus. Let Go. So when was this published? Was this a couple of years ago or?
This was last year, March, I think. Yeah, it was like just when I started uni, I remember. So as soon as I made friends at uni, I was like, buy my book.
Yes,
get
hello
to know
friend,
me.
get to know me, just read my book. So it is a lot of poetry in short form.
Yeah, it really is like my journal. Like I've literally just taken things from my journal, like just a sentence and just put it on a page in my book.
No, it's really, really cool. I did enjoy reading this. And it's very easy to pump out but be like, man, I need to read this all again. This is crazy.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you like it.
No worries.
Also, a lot of my Instagram captions, which I guess was also from like my journal, have just like been included in the book. I guess like half of it is probably like Instagram captions actually. I used Instagram in the beginning a lot for my writing actually. Like even before the art, it was travel photography from my gap year from like around Europe, and then just like my writing and my captions, and then it became art. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that even before the art, my page was writing and photography.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's becoming full circle. Hey?
It always does. Yeah.
Yeah, there is one here that old mate Ben Rizzio mentioned to me before I read it, and then I read it. I'm like, whoa, that's kind of big. Just imagine, rather than being here in your own world, going through your problems and trying to figure things out, you're instead on a massive floating rock, circling a fiery ball of gas in the middle of nothingness.
Yeah.
Where does something like that come from? Because I mean, the book is full of those sorts of things.
Yeah. I think like my interest in space and like all of this cosmic stuff is definitely to do with like getting perspective and like it being a way to just realize like how small you are and how small your problems are, and just like really get perspective, and like it always makes me feel like so free and like really good and really happy when I realize like, oh, I'm just a speck, like, and this whole earth is just a speck as well. And like our like the sun is even a speck. It's just, it's insane. Like for us, the sun is like the biggest thing. But I just love the kind of perspective that thinking about space gives me. And that, I guess that's just like what I think about. I just think about like, I have all these problems. I have so much to do. Like this is going wrong, all of this. And then I kind of just like zoom out, and then I realize like, oh, I'm actually just on like this rock, like this earth is just like this one massive rock.
We are but tiny ants sitting in the lounge room.
Yeah, really. It's crazy. Oh, I love it. I love the feeling. I really do. I guess like some people seem to not really like thinking about that kind of thing.
Oh, it's terrifying, but it is very good perspective. It's like, whoa, it doesn't matter that the toast is not really working. It's fine.
Yeah. And even like, I don't know, even the most famous and like revered people in the world, like anyone outside the earth doesn't even know that they exist. Like, you know, like, and the earth is just this tiny speck in like the universe. Yeah. Like, we're all so like equal. Like an ant is as equally important in the grand scheme of things, like from the universe's perspective as we are, as the sun is, as anything. Like it's just what I like to think about.
It's great.
Yeah.
It very much makes sense where a lot of this comes from, given your thought process. I've heard a lot about a new book coming as well. Is that the same sort of content that's going to be going into that? Is it going to be similar to Let Go, or are you taking a new direction?
It is kind of the same thing, I guess. Like, I mean, that's what I like writing about the most. Like, just like introspective things, like exploring and understanding the self and like the evolution of the self. And by evolution, I mean like kind of like internal evolution, like trying to understand yourself and that kind of thing. But I guess the new book will be, it doesn't have like, actually, I don't know if it has any poems in it at the moment. It's all just prose.
Okay.
And more in kind of chapters, not really chapters, but like, filled up pages, not just like 2 sentences on a page.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, I think I probably will add some poems maybe to the end or just like scattered through. But at the moment, it's kind of been put on hold, but it's more like, it's mainly to do with like just being really busy with uni, even though uni's done now. But yeah, I kind of just had to put it on hold for a bit while I was, just catching up with other work and finishing another project. Hopefully it'll be out like next year, early next year.
Yeah. It is time of recording. It's November today. Oh my golly.
Yeah.
It's been...
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Oh yeah, you
for
too.
yesterday.
I was going to ask you about uni, but I'll save that for after. I will let you know when I pick up this new book though. Because I tried to buy this book without Ameya knowing, but then she just saw on the list it was Joel Harris mailing
like,
to my house.
I'm the one who sends it out. So yeah, I see.
It's
I have to write the address and everything. So
yeah, it's not a robot. If you buy from Ameya, it's her. It's all her.
At least for now. Maybe I'll be hiring people, but it hasn't got to that stage yet.
You just see Ramsey in the back.
Yeah, well, Ramsey does help. And my parents, they definitely help me. Yeah. And like my Christmas sale has started now, so
I'll have to get this out quick then, so everyone can catch the Christmas sale.
Yeah. I think it will be ending on the 15th
of December.
No, November.
Pressure's on. Oh my God.
Because I'm going to America.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I haven't even released the first episode of this podcast yet. I need to get 2 out in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
Pressure's on.
Is the America trip, is that for sort of, is that like a self-exploration vibe, or is that just a seeing the world, or where is that coming from?
It's a fun trip. It's for fun.
Okay, going on tour.
Yeah, I'm going on tour, everyone.
Yeah.
Like a secret America tour before even having one in Australia.
Did you want to talk about the secret music project?
Yeah, it's not really a secret. But yeah,
I don't know what you've told your following.
Oh, I haven't said anything to my following actually.
Oh, here you go. You're welcome.
My friend and I, my friend being Julia. I don't know if anyone's going to know who Julia is, but
they will soon.
The elusive Julia. The two of us have kind of decided to make a little band. And I guess is this linked to America? Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
so we decided to try and make some music together. She plays bass, and I'm going to be singing and playing guitar, and hopefully we'll get a drummer. And
so if there are any drummers out there, go right ahead.
Yeah, slip into my DMs. Yeah, so we're planning to work on some songs, write some songs together, and do covers and gigs and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so we've just been getting pretty close over the past few months and decided to go to America together just for about 2.5 weeks. And we're going to New Orleans and New York. And we're hoping to, just go to a lot of concerts and, explore.
Neat.
Just have fun. Yeah.
Catfish on the bottom in round 2.
Yeah, and the 1975 are playing on the same night. Which is a big deal for us. That was like kind of what initiated the idea of going to America.
Fair enough.
It was
honestly.
like a joke, and then now we're going.
Well, you have 2 songs out already. Is that like an Ameya thing, or is this going to be the band, the music? Does it all culminate underneath the one brand, I suppose?
Yeah, I guess it's probably going to be like the band because we're going to be writing together. Like we've actually got a song which we're hoping to record over like the next few weeks. But yeah, we've got something. We're working on something now, finally, after uni. And yeah, that will definitely be released under like our band, which is called.
Is it going to happen?
At least our current name.
Are we going to hear it here first?
And I bet, like, when I say it, people aren't going to understand what I'm saying because it's so hard to pronounce it, like, clearly.
All right.
Blue Hour Effect. Yeah. Hopefully that's understandable.
I am honored to have its first name drop here. If I release it in time, who knows? You might reveal it tomorrow just to get ahead of me.
Yeah, whenever I say it to people, they go, "Oh, Blar effect."
What? It's 3
Blue Hour Effect.
Blue
Hour Effect.
Blue
Hour, like blue hour is the time of day after sunset when it's really nice, like
really?
kind of dark blue. Yeah.
So it's like when golden hour finishes, you go into blue hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
it's like
really
just
neat.
after sunset, like kind of dusk. Yeah,
Okay.
or maybe even a bit after dusk. So like dark blue sky. That's the vibe I like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the music you've made already kind of fits into that aesthetic as well.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I love music that's like has kind of night vibes.
Yeah,
or
if
like
you imagine that
going
color
for a
of the
drive
sky.
at night, or like walking through a forest in the evening, or something like that.
Yeah, neat.
I'm very visual even with music, so
Fair enough. No, you have to be.
Yeah.
Like it's all sensual, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. And I would love to be able to like create a really like immersive experience but like by combining my music and visual art and all of that stuff. I can't wait to be able to like really try out that kind of stuff, like experiment with making it like, even like exhibitions would be so cool. Like with multiple sensory experiences, like visual and like sounds and smells and
Awesome.
it'd be so cool.
Would you? At first, I thought you meant like live visuals. You could incorporate all that sort of stuff into like a live experience too.
Yeah, that's definitely on my mind. I would love to have like projections and probably mainly projections and maybe lights and that kind of thing with live music.
Yeah. Give everyone blue candles or something that can light up the audience too.
Yeah, like I love the idea of having fairy lights as well, like stars.
Yeah,
and the moon always has to be there. The moon.
Oh, absolutely.
The moon is always.
The moon is like on everything.
Oh my god, there isn't a moon on there.
What?
What?
Oh no, there is no moon. I'm sure there's one in here. Oh, there's a moon here.
Yeah,
there's all
always
sorts
a moon.
of illustrations in here. You should read the book. Mum read it too. She liked it a lot.
Oh, that's nice.
Mum's actually a big fan.
Oh wow, I'm honored. She's a star.
Well, thanks for sitting with me today, Ameya.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
That was really cool talking to you.
Yeah,
I've always like, at the thought of making a podcast, I'd always think, man, I could have a proper excuse just to pick Ameya's brain.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, this has been fun. I really like talking about, like what I've been working on and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. And I have always joked that the next time we have you back, you can bring Julia, have the band, have the drummer just sitting up in the back, whoever that may be.
Yeah,
there's
maybe
drummers
one
out
of
there.
Yeah. Well, that'd
Blue
be cool.
Hour Effect on their latest album.
Could be a music video even.
Whoa.
Like a feature, like a podcast.
Well, the podcast is the music video. All of a sudden, we look at the cameras and everything blows up and like.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, awesome.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, anytime. And thanks for listening as well. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
No, wait. Bye. Bye, Joel.
All right, I'm going to find a way to end that is extremely awkward.
I think it's good when it's awkward.